and welcome to this week's video. It will be on the XKR. We're just trying to get to the end of bodywork prep, ready for paint. The majority of the car is currently at about 240 grit. There are a few other little bits where we just need to go over this lightly with 240 grit at least, just so that we've finally leveled things off. This is what's currently on the black paint that's here, which is a high build primer in a can, 1K. It's just very quick and easy. It's quite pricey, but the shop gave me a good deal on it, so somewhere around 10, 50, 11 pound a can, something like that. So yeah, this is what I'm using as a high build primer rather than having to go to get the spray gun out, compressor going, all that kind of stuff, mixing up paint. And actually, technology wise, these the spray head, the spray that comes out of there is really good. It's way better than the majority of spray cans I've used in the past. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this stuff. It's pretty good. No affiliation or anything with the companies that you buy it from. So, like I say, we need to do the bonnet. We need to, there's obviously a few big stone chips on there that I'll show you in a minute. And the passenger door, we need to move the trim where this black fill is here. We need to do that as well. And the door handles need to come out because, as previously mentioned, the little gasket that's in here, they all break. I bet if you look at yours, if it hasn't been replaced since the car's been built, you will need to replace that gasket. There's a couple of options. They want about 75 quid for a plastic insert, which is a bit nuts. There's a foam insert for about 10-15 pounds on eBay. I might go down that route. Here's a close-up view of the door handle, and you can see from the gasket there's bits missing here, bits missing here, and it just, if you grab it, it just breaks off. So we definitely got to replace that. On the passenger side, you can see haven't removed the mirror or this piece of trim. I'm in an iron whether or not I need to remove that. I did on the other side, but it is a real pain. Yeah, there's a few marks and scuffs on the piece of trim that will need sanding and repairing, but I need, whether I could do that on the car rather than taking it off, and I don't know, I just don't know whether it's worth the all the effort. And again, you can see here that the gasket's missing, and great big lumps just fall off. So yeah, that needs replacing. So we need to get there, get behind the glass in effect. You have to obviously take the inner door trim off, and then get to this. I haven't done it as yet because I've been moving the car around occasionally, so I need it to be movable. But we might just have to forgo that for the minute and just get on and do it. Okay, so we're going to work on the bonnet first. I have just gone over it with a damp cloth, microfiber cloth type thing. As you can see, there's a few spots and places. This one here was the deepest. There's actually a bit of rust at the bottom, so I will give that more of a rub. And then you get various stone chips. That is definitely a stone chip. Some that aren't, but that's definitely another one. The car's done 133,000 miles, so yeah, it's going to have some stone chips. So what I plan to do is go over this with the orbital sander, probably 120, 180 grit, something like that, just to cut into the lacquer that's on there. See, the sides are already at 240. Like I say, the majority of the car is at 240. So then we'll have to look into these bits. These are going to need, that's possibly a filler level, but these are going to be just the the putty, glazing putty type stuff. So yeah, we'll hit this and look at repairing some of these tiny little holes. There's also one right on the lip up here. It's actually just about there. I'll have to hit that one. Put some some putty into that to fill it up too. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing next. I'll put you on time lapse and you can see how it moves on. Okay, just give you a quick look at what it looks like. As you can see, I am avoiding the edges with a machine. I'll do that all by hand so I can get a bit more control on it. It'll be very easy to burn through. Now this is 180 grit at the moment, and the idea is just purely to give us a bite into the clear coat. And obviously where there's a few problems like this stone chip here and these white specks here, they are stone chips. Where I've got tiny little stone chips like that, I'll use this 1K stopper to fill those in, and even this one I think, but that might be a little bit too deep, might need some a tiny little bit of filler. But as you can see, you know, there are a few stone chips around. So I'm going to go over this by hand now, and I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so I've gone over this with a mixture of 120, 180, 240, just depending on where it is. And you can see there are a few little specks like this. Already showed you these ones. So I'm going to just use some stopper on there. This piece here, this was a deep one. I've gone down to the metal and really dug into the metal there. So we've got a low spot here, but I think it's still okay for the stopper. It's just about, and then obviously a few other little spots around the place. So I'm going to use some stopper on there and the other places. Hopefully that'll be okay. We may end up having to sand it off again and putting some filler in there, but we'll just try with the stopper for the minute. Okay, for this larger one I'm going to use a flexible scraper. For the smaller ones I'm going to just use this sort of flexible tool. So we'll just do a little bit of that first. And so you just get a tiny little bit and push it into the indentation. Try not to put too much on, because the more you put on, the more you have to sand off. And just work your way around anywhere where you see a few little specks. Same time not to get too carried away, because some of the smaller ones will get picked up when we go down to the next level of sanding. And that's pretty much the ones that are in here. Now we'll just try it like that. I'm not sure whether that's too much for it, but give it a go, see how it goes. Okay, let's clean these up. This is it a couple of hours later. You can see a couple of places we've gone through the lacquer down to the base coat, but you certainly can't feel that. This is currently 320 in the sander. You can feel a little bit there, so we need to do a little bit more here. Basically, I'm really cautious of any of the curves. As you can see, it's really easy to burn through. But there are some scratches here that I could do with getting rid of. You can't feel them. They're probably 180 scratches. So yeah, we definitely need to do a little bit more work on it. But effectively, that's where we are. That did sound back okay, this part. So yeah, we're get rid of that dip. So yeah, we'll put some. We'll leave it for a day or two anyway. See if there's any shrinkage there, and then float it back. Plenty more to do, so we can leave it for a day or two, like I said, and then go on to do the driver's door. Sorry, the passenger door. It's a 2 litre Mark 1 Lotus 7. Effectively a Formula 1 engine in a little car like that. This was the one that Jim Clark won a race in this one. Sterling was in that one. 50cc motorbikes. So 200 brake horsepower in this tiny little Lotus. Flat 12. Interesting looking. Very rare. One of 12 apparently. An R-bar. Every single one of them. Only here because he designed it. much I'd say a Le Mans style tail. Very nice.